once you've got a core fan base, whether it's a few hundred people or a few thousand people, Spotify is just one revenue stream, one of many as an artist. And there are other ways you could be making money directly out of that core fan base, whether that's through a fan club type model, Bandcamp, Patreon, whether it's through digital gifting by live streaming or doing premiere views on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. There are lots of other ways you can be making money from that core fan base. So remember, yes, do a decent release and a campaign around the release. Yes, keep reminding your fans to go and stream your music. But streaming is one revenue stream of many, and there are other ways you can generate income from the core fan base. Artists have many different revenue streams. And actually, the music industry is built around those revenue streams. So traditionally, we would always make a distinction between the copyright revenue streams and the live revenue streams. And there were two very distinct strands of the music industry. The rights side of the music industry, which is record labels and music publishers and collecting societies. And actually, the merchandise business is a rights business. So we should throw merchandise in there as well. And then the live side of the business with agents and promoters and venues. And of course, within rights, there are many different revenue streams. Yes, there is streaming, which for the record industry is by far the biggest revenue stream today, but some artists still sell downloads, some artists still sell CDs, some artists still sell vinyl records. Then there's the money that comes in when your music is played on the radio or TV or in public. And of course, there's sync when music gets put into movies and games and adverts, etc. Then there's merchandise and all the different manifestations of merchandise. And then on the live side, yes, there's ticket money. But also, shows give you an opportunity to sell merchandise. Also, you will generate some copyright income if you're performing your own songs. There are meet and greets, there are VIP experiences, there's all sorts of things you can be doing on the live side. And then there's this third strand that I talk about a lot, which is the direct-to-fan side, the fan relationship side, which is connecting with your fans online through whatever channels they are most comfortable with. And then asking the question, how else can we make money? So those fans are probably already streaming the tracks. They're probably already buying tickets to the shows. But let's say they've got another £5, dollars, euro in their pocket to spend every month. How can you get that €5 from their pocket into your bank account? What products and experiences, what online experiences would they deem to have value that they would spend that money? I've always said that the single most exciting thing that digital did in music, so we're talking about 20, 25 years ago now when internet usage started to go mainstream. The most exciting thing that digital did was it created a direct-to-fan relationship between the artist and the fan. Okay, so the exciting thing wasn't iTunes, it wasn't Spotify, it wasn't YouTube, it was the direct-to-fan relationship. And if we're being honest, prior to the rise of digital channels, artists didn't know who their fans were. Beyond the mosh pit and the fan letter, they had no idea who their fans were. And if we're being honest, usually the record labels didn't know who the fans were. Concert promoters didn't know who the fans were. Record shops sort of did. Ticketing companies definitely did, because they went into telesales in the 90s and they started getting everybody's names and addresses. But artists didn't. And digital has changed that. Now, it's taken quite a long time for that opportunity to be truly capitalized by the industry. Although we should acknowledge there are some artists who've been doing this for a very long time. What's interesting about direct-to-fan is, in the first phase of direct-to-fan, a lot of it was about selling physical product direct-to-fan. So whether that's CD, vinyl, merchandise, T-shirts, or maybe tickets even, where you would have an artist store online. So that might be a website, it might be a Bandcamp profile, whatever. And then through your social activity and through your email to fans, etc., you would encourage people to buy physical products that you would then mail out. And then you would do things like bundling, where they buy a T-shirt, you sell them a badge or a tote bag or a hat as well. You would do the super limited edition stuff. So you always had something new to be talking about. And of course, you would do the whole pre-order thing, where you would go to the fans and say, we're going to do a box set, but we're only going to press as many as people order. So if you all order now, we'll put it together and we'll send it out. These are all ways that you could maximize sales. But I think what's exciting is, in the last few years, we've started to see more digital direct-to-fan activity, selling fans premium online content and experiences. And I think that's really exciting because it opens up the opportunity even more when it comes to the direct-to-fan relationship. And I think it's interesting to see what is happening outside of music in this domain. I'm a massive YouTube consumer. I watch a lot of content on YouTube. YouTube creators creating videos on YouTube. And it's interesting watching those YouTube creators shift from being creators who made money by getting their cut of YouTube advertising money. So they upload their videos, they become a YouTube creator, they get enough traction, and they get a cut of any ad money linked to their videos. Then they sort of moved into product placement, where they'd start talking about a brand in the middle of the video and they get a little bit of extra money. But increasingly, what those creators are doing is they're moving into memberships, digital gifting. They're setting up platforms on Patreon, for example. And most of their viewers don't engage with those other elements, but some do. And some of those people will spend a few pounds, a few dollars, maybe $20, $30 a month with that creator. Partly to access extra content, to access premieres, to get scripts, behind-the-scenes footage, but often actually it's just because they get a warm glow inside, what I call supporter satisfaction. They get a warm glow inside that they are enabling a creator they love to make money. And we're starting to see TikTok influencers, Instagram influencers, podcasters, Twitch gamers, a lot of those online creators looking for new ways to make money from their core audience by offering enhanced digital content and experiences. And I think a lot of what we're talking about in the web free space, NFTs. Okay, yes, a few superstars can do $50,000 NFT drops. But in the main, actually, I think the opportunity in that space is around offering the core fan base, premium, but not overpriced, extra content and experiences, and generating extra income. Challenge is what will work for one artist won't necessarily work for another artist. Which platforms work, the way in which you collect the money, what you're offering in return for the money. Every artist is different. So that's the challenge. Artists, possibly with management, possibly with label, need to work out what will work for their fan base. But an increasing number of artists are working it out. And okay, it's not making them millions, but maybe that is bringing in the £2,000 or £3,000, euros, whatever, a month. That means they now have a viable business that they can live off. And then streaming money, ticketing money, then just helps to grow the business. So yeah, direct to fan has been exciting for 20 years and is even more exciting now than ever before.